Bonjour, hello, hola, ¿qué tal? How are you? ¿Cómo ça va? We are here live today on Curtain Call. My name is Tamar Ilana, and we will be speaking with the one and only Caroline Planté. I just see her there. Her Instagram is 8 Reflexiones. I'm not sure which language that is because she's multilingual. So we're going to be speaking today. Hi, Corrine. How are you? We're going to be speaking with, one of the best musicians in Canada, maybe in the world. And she's a flamenco guitarist based in Montreal. And her name is Caroline Planté, for those of you just joining. And I've known her for many, many years, and I've had the absolute honor of sharing a stage with her on a few occasions. And she's just an incredible, incredible, incredible guitarist and person. So we're going to bring her on. So good to see you too. We should do one of these. So we're going to be speaking a mix of English and French and Spanish today because we are all multilingual. Hey!
Hey! Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Ça va.
And I see, veo a Cristian que vive en España. Mira, y canta flamenco. Estamos hablando con una guitarrista que toca la guitarra flamenca, Caroline.
Hola.
Y es que no, I don't know which language to speak. I'm like, my mind is
neither.
Like, anyways, hi everyone. Welcome for joining. We're going to speak a mix of English, French, and Spanish today, I'm pretty sure. Right, Caro?
Yes. Oui, si.
Oui, si. Oui, si. And this is your first Instagram Live, right?
Yes. I'm new. Never too late, never too old.
Exactly. Oh, I'm so happy it's with me. Here.
Thank you.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien. Toi?
Yeah. Ouais, c'est tout, yeah, tout est une folie énorme, mais ça va, yeah. Je viens juste d'organiser un fundraiser pour l'Ukraine.
J'ai vu. C'est super. Grosse affaire, hein?
No, it's crazy. On a levé $35,000 de fonds.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
C'est super. Insane. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's wild. We just sent it to help us help.
Congratulations for doing that.
Thanks, Cal. Yeah, it took over my life, but it was well worth it.
For sure.
And now we're back. What have you been up to?
Oh, so many things at the same time. Also, really, really, really busy. Really busy. This year has been quite busy actually, because I moved from Montreal, so now I'm living. I'm living in Terrebonne, which is like half an hour from Montreal, in my house. So that's cool. We won't get evicted again from a flat in Montreal, which is a big problem there. And then we moved, and then I got sick. I got shingles this summer. Yeah. So I didn't work and I didn't play guitar for 2 months. And then I started again in September, and since September has been nonstop on many projects that we can speak on today. About.
I know Leah's getting evicted too. Elle vient d'écrire ça, yeah.
Ah.
You can move to Terrebonne with Caro.
Yeah.
Like Ajax, l'équivalent ici.
It's good because it's another reality.
Yeah.
Like not living in Montreal, but it's not that far away. And then when you go back home, well, there's just a lot of peace and no noise in the street. And my boyfriend is building an amazing recording studio in our basement. Absolutely amazing. So this is super nice too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Yes,
so
I'll
cool.
show you.
Gig one time. I did a gig in Terrebonne one time, but I can't remember where. I think it was at une église or something. It was really beautiful.
Maybe my because I studied here secondary school, high school. Mm-hmm. And my mom lives in Terrebonne still, and my grandmother too lives in Terrebonne.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's 97. She lives by herself in her own condo. Yeah. And so I study in the high school, and there's a chapelle there. So they do shows there, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm going to be playing there in September, actually.
Ooh, yeah, you'll have to tell us. We want to post about all your dates.
Yes,
Okay,
for
but we're gonna
sure.
rewind. So, because for those of you who may not know you, I want to tell
Yeah,
everybody who you are.
yeah.
This is Caroline Planté. Ole, ole, ole. She's an amazing flamenco guitarist. Definitely one of the best in Canada, but I really want to say one of the best in the world. And also, and also, she's forged a way as one of the top female flamenco guitarists in the world. And I think that's good. Would you record the first flamenco album, all
Yeah, it
composed
was
by?
the first album composed and
Wow.
with original compositions. And yeah, this was in 2010. I recorded it in Madrid.
So the
Yeah,
first album composed and recorded and played by a woman flamenco guitarist. C'est ça?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, what else do I need to say after that?
The
Eso
most
lo dice
important
todo.
thing is the music, though. So I mean, but we worked a lot on it. It took many years. I was at the time I was living in Madrid and with my ex-boyfriend Mariano Cruzetto, who's an amazing dancer and
Yeah,
choreographer, and he's also a
yeah.
percussionist and musician. And we did this together along with a lot of people, a lot of amazing musicians, and
Mhm.
that's it. And
Mhm.
that's what I did there, and it was a big challenge
Why was it
because
a challenge?
well,
Tu peux,
because first of all,
répondre en français ou espagnol also if you want. Just,
okay,
yeah.
but
You can,
I'm
whatever you
okay.
want.
I will switch. It was a big challenge because I'm a woman and I'm from Quebec. That's the first thing.
Oh my God.
So I had an amazing team around me, which also helped for that.
Yeah.
And also, I recorded in Musicrama, which is an amazing studio. It's owned by Paco Ortega, who's also an amazing artist. And he
Wow.
gave me the chance to record there. And, everybody recorded there. Paco de Lucia, Moraito, well, all of the big
Wow.
names. So it was kind of also a bit intimidating, when I did this. And also I have Rafael Jimenez Falo, the singer on my album. I also have Duquende, who came to sing. It was a big adventure that I'm really happy that I did. I
What's
was
it like
young,
working with Duquende?
a
What's he like?
challenge.
Why? Can you tell us?
That's a big story actually, because the thing is that um, en lo voy a decir en español esa parte. En esa
Claro, claro.
época había MySpace, ¿no?
Ah,
Existía MySpace. Y un día me escribió Duquende en MySpace
no.
y yo no pensaba que era él. Entonces, porque yo había hecho un vídeo con Mariano bailando en una soleá y me escribió, qué bien tocas por soleá, no sé qué, quién eres, de dónde vienes, quién
No.
eres tú y no sé qué. Entonces yo le digo esto a Mariano y me dice, Mariano, dice, bueno, mejor es él. Digo, yo no creo. Y bueno, y al final me sigue hablando y me habla de historias con Paco de Lucía y me habla de historias que al final me doy cuenta que es él de verdad.
My God.
Así que estábamos ya haciendo el disco y pasan años después de esto y me dice Mariano, ¿por qué no le escribes a Duquende? ¿No? ¿Por qué no le pides de cantar en tu disco como habíais hablado y tal? Y digo, no lo va a hacer nunca.
Oh my
Así
God.
que al final le escribió Mariano para decirle que yo iba a hacer mi disco y tal y aceptó.
Wow. Wow.
Pero,
I'm going to translate quickly for those people who don't speak
yes,
Spanish.
yeah,
Basically, an extremely famous flamenco singer, like one of the most famous in the world, Duquende is his name, found her on MySpace back in the day. And long story short, he reached out to her and ended up singing on her album. Wow,
yeah,
that's a long story short. You
yeah, long
you
story
gotta ask
short.
her for the details or learn Spanish.
Yeah, but it was a big challenge because what happened is that we sorted out all the date that he was coming to sing and whatever, but he was not supposed to sing what he sings on my album. On my album, he sings a Soleá, but at first we send him two other songs that are in the album. We send him the Guajira, but and another Bulería. But finally, he decided he wanted to do a Soleá. So Fallo sang the Guajira, and I'm super happy because it's amazing what he sang and what he did. Um, but then we were not prepared to do that, and actually the Soleá didn't existed. So it's like
But it makes
we're
sense
there
because
and
he
we're
first
there
heard
and this
you.
what?
Yeah, but it makes sense because he first heard you play Soleá.
Yeah, you heard me
Entonces
play
tiene
Soleá,
sentido.
but in a different tonality, and for a
Yeah.
dancer. And he sings really, really high, so
Oh my
whatever.
God.
So this was really not planned, and I kind of blocked, so that's why it was a challenge. And
Yeah.
finally I made up something, and we made up something, and Paco Ortega said, okay, we're going to do just a claqueta, a metronome of that beat. We're going to do a beat. And Paco also helped for that, because it was like, okay, because he needs to sing on a click, and it was like all really, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to play? What am I going to do? I never accompanied him with Soleá. So, I was like, at the start, I was like, really like, oh my God, but it's a big, it was a challenge, and it was also, aprendizaje,
Yeah.
how do you say that?
Wow. Learning curve.
Learning curve. And, and I was much younger than today also. So, you learn stuff, but it was an
Ole.
amazing experience, and that's
Wow.
it.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna drop the track. We'll post it so everyone can
Yes.
listen to it. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
it's
incredible. No
called
lo sabía.
it's I never told you that story.
No.
Oh.
No. Not in the train, not on the bus,
No.
not on the
I
backstage.
have many stories, but there's so many things happen, but this one is a good one actually. And also, like, he sang a bulería that was supposed to be on the album, but it was not in the same tonality of the song that we sent.
Right.
So we tried putting it there, and the song was Luz. And finally, and Mariano was saying, oh, it was kind of forced, like putting his voice there. And finally, Mariano said, we're not going to put it there. And I was super angry because no, it's Duquende, another learning curve. And I finally accepted not to put his voice there because it was not working. It was obviously not working. But as I said, I was younger and I didn't have the experience that I have today. So I was,
Yeah.
at first I was a bit like, oh no, like, how come, we have to keep this?
Yeah.
And finally, like, this track that he sung for the Bulería is going to be on my second album, because I composed something with this track in the good tonality. So,
Wow.
and I finished my second album last April, but it's not out yet because I need to, not work on it, but I'm still thinking of how I'm going to launch it and everything, because it took 6 years to do. But
Wow.
the Bulería of Duquende is going to be on the second album. And now I was saying to Mariano, like, I'm just super happy finally you insisted that it was not on the first one, because it was not working there,
Wow. And then now you
So
get it on this one.
that's it.
So cool.
That's it. It's called recycling, but for the good reasons also.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's amazing. Oh my
yeah,
God. Okay, I want to
yeah,
go back a little bit in time and I want to ask you like how you, I mean, I think I know, but you never know. I want to
yeah.
ask you how you started playing. Like, what was your first inspiración?
Yeah, well, my father was a flamenco guitarist, and he's one of the first that started flamenco here in Montreal in the 60s. He
Ole, ole,
learned, yes,
ole.
yes.
¿Cómo se
I'm
llama,
really
ma? ¿Cómo se llama?
Marcel Planté. Is a Rubio. It's
El
his nickname,
Rubio.
El Rubio, and this nickname was given by a flamenco guitarist with whom he was taking classes in
Cool.
Montreal, because
Cool.
in the 60s they were bringing a lot of artists from Spain at a place called Le Chateau Madrid. And it's a bit what they were like, what they're doing now in Tokyo and, in Japan. They were bringing artists for 6 months, Yeah. So my
They did that
father,
in Toronto, like when Esmeralda was starting. Here when she
exactly.
was, they used to do that.
Yeah, they used to do that in those years. So, and my father actually, what he, it was really it was not something that was planned. He heard a vinyl of Nino Escudero, and I don't know why and where. I think my grandmother had it or something like that, and he just was amazed. So he started
Mm-hmm.
playing when he was 14, and
Wow.
And at 16, there's a place in Montreal that you know called La Sara Rosa, which is the Centro Social Español. You know, it's the, and my dad was going there at 16, so he was taking classes and whatever, and so he learned with the Spanish guys that were here playing, you know, and that's how he started. So when I was born, well, my dad was already playing flamenco, and I was really drawn to this, like, I mean, and I have a twin brother too, and this is a really that's another story, because you know, like at first, when I remember when we were like 3 years old, 4 years old, we have like pictures, no, not 3 years old, even two pictures of, you know, my brother always with a small guitar, a toy, you know, and I had the piano toy, you know.
No
And
way.
yes, I had the piano toy and my brother had the guitar toy, so you know, it was like, even, you know, at the time, like it was like kind of my brother more with the guitar, and you know, like they gave my brother the guitar, the toy guitar, and I had the piano. But finally, like I'm the one who wanted to play guitar, you know. So I started. So I started when I was 7, and at first my dad didn't want to teach me at all.
Why?
Because well, he didn't think that, you know, because it's a lot of investment. You need to practice and whatever, and he was not sure if I really wanted to do this or it was just for fun, you know.
Right.
And so he kind of tested me, and I started playing actually when my parents got separated. And so when I started at first, I was going to his house every 2 weeks for the first year, and I was taking a lesson with him. I had no guitar. I was playing on this big guitar, huge guitar that I couldn't, like, even like my left hand, I couldn't do like anything. It was so big, you know.
Oh my God.
And so he tested me like that for a year, and then I moved to his place, and we stayed with my dad for from I would say like maybe 9 to 12 years old, or 8 to 12 years old, something like that.
Wow.
And then he bought me a 3/4 guitar, which is the smaller one. But now I've been like playing for a year and a half with this big guitar. So
Right.
I played like 1 year with the smaller guitar, and then I went back to the big one,
Yeah.
which
You're
was
already
always,
used to it, right?
that's it. So that's how I started with him.
Wow.
But also, since the first moment that I started to learn something with him, I was going to all his rehearsals. My dad was accompanying the company of Lina Moros in that time.
Ole, ole.
Yeah, so I was 7. So I was going to all the rehearsals I could with my dad, and I used to take notes, like for the
Oh my God,
choreographies,
you're
and you
so
know,
cute. Cuddle.
yeah, and I was taking notes, and so I did that for a minute, and I learned a lot also, like just
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and you know, like the cante goes there, and the singing, and the, you know, and the
Wow,
falsetto, and you know,
wow,
so I
that's
learned,
cool.
yeah, the whole language of how you work with dancers and with singer and a
Mm-hmm.
company and whatever. So that was another way of learning with him. And then and for sure, like I was going to see all the shows and the tablaos and all the shows that I could go, you know, like the weekends and whatever. That's how I met some also people from here that you know, like Marcos. I met
Mm-hmm.
Marcos, the singer, when I was actually 8,
Oh my
because
God,
my
he's
dad
so
was,
good. He's so, I
yeah.
love him. I love his singing.
So you know, I for me it was a big, like, I feel super lucky to have been raised, you know, a bit like you, like it's really similar, because when
No
you have
joke.
a parent that does this, and that, you know, and you're included in this thing, well, you're learning another way, not just in your house, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, so
Really
that
immersed in the culture.
that's it. And then when I was 14, I did my first show with my dad, and I played with him in the tablaos during 2 years with no microphone.
Oh my God,
Yeah. And then
that's so cute.
at 16, I got to use a microphone, because, you know, and my dad was super generous for that, because, and he did what with other people, you know, after me, other guitarists.
Right,
You can
right.
come and play. You're not plugged.
That's so
But
smart.
yeah, it's
That's like really
amazing.
smart. Hey,
Yeah.
Benny. Thanks for the comments, Leah. Hi, everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. Hola.
Allô tout le monde. So that's it. So that's how it started, actually, with my
Wow.
dad.
Okay, so you got a mic when you were 16.
Yeah, I
That's
got a
pretty good.
mic when I was 16. I could play with a mic, and
Wait, I
also the
just want to
first,
say that because Ben just joined. So Cal was
yeah,
saying her dad put her on stage when she was 14, but with no microphone for two
during two
years. She played
years,
3 years. Oh,
2 years, 2 years,
2 years, 2 years,
2
2
years.
years.
Yeah.
Hey, salut. Yeah, she played
Uh,
with two years with no mic. That's really cute and really smart. What a good training. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he did. That's, and I was also saying, Ben, that he did that with a lot of people, with other guitarists, that now are playing and doing shows. And he was the only one actually doing that. And it's really generous because, like sometimes you don't want to get bothered by somebody who, has no experience.
Yeah.
But I was trying, like, also I went at some point, maybe when I was 15, 16, I started to go and accompany all the dance classes in Montreal, because that's another way
Nice.
to
Good idea.
learn, and for free, like, also, like, sometimes I have this conversation with people here, and I want to get paid to go play in dance classes, but you're not, like, first, like, on many years I went to play in dance classes for
Yeah.
free, like, even I was even doing shows, and I would continue going, because it's an amazing way to learn, which is that, it's a free class for you, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
totally. Totally. Yeah,
So
it's
I
so good.
did
And for
that a
singing, it's
lot.
the same. For cante, it's the same.
Yeah,
Like singing for a class, plus you get to sing the same thing, practice letra over and over and over in different ways of doing. Yeah,
exactly.
it's really good. It's
It's
really
really,
useful.
yeah.
That's so cool. So you played for, I guess, do you still play for classes?
No, not anymore. No, it's not that I don't like it, but it's just that I've been there, like,
It's been a few
seriously.
decades. It's been a few
Yeah,
decades.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, since 14 until, and then also when I was in Spain, when I started to go
Mm-hmm.
to, when I got my grants to learn in Spain, in Sevilla, like, I went to all the classes that I could, and then,
Yeah, yeah,
at some point, I think I did what I had to do. And it's not that I have nothing to learn. No, I have so many things to learn, but it's just that other people can go now, and,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
because
You're
I don't have,
passing it on. So
yeah.
when's the first time that you went to Spain then?
The first time I was with my dad.
Oh,
That was amazing, because we left for 3 weeks, but I was not that young, actually. I was 22, because
wow,
he
that's a lot
promised
of
me.
that's like a lot of flamenco before going to Spain. Wow.
Exactly. And
Cool.
also because my dad was always going, always, always. He was always
Hmm.
saying, "Oh, this year I'm bringing you me," and he was not doing it. And I was trying to get a bit mad with him about this, like, don't promise if you're not going to do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
How come he wasn't bringing you?
he was bringing his girlfriends.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's, but then when I was 22, that was so funny. That
That's
story.
so funny. Classic.
Yeah, classic.
There's
And
something about your dad that reminds me a little bit of Dennis. Like, or Dennis reminds me a little of your dad. Like the party
yeah,
and Rubio, like just wants to be the life of the party all the
me
time.
too.
Like
I
I feel
I
like
know.
you know what
I
I
know.
mean?
I thought of
And I
that when
feel
I
like
met
Dennis would do
Dennis.
the same thing. He would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, that was that, but no, I'm not angry with him about this, but
That's so funny.
the thing, at one point, there was Antonio Jero. He was an amazing guitarist from Jerez, and he was here doing a workshop. And because he was playing here with Domingo Ortega, and every time there was a guitarist coming here in Montreal,
Yeah.
I was trying to organize a workshop, so I could learn with other guitarists.
Yeah, yeah.
So Antonio Jero was here, and we got friends with him, and my dad got friends with him. So we're at Casa Galicia, which is a tableau in Montreal, and we're
Mm-hmm.
there. And my dad was supposed to go with his girlfriend to Spain the same summer. And we're all there, and then we're sitting at a table, and he's saying and in front of Antonio Jero, and he says, "Oh no, this summer I'm bringing my daughter." And I'm like, "What?" And I said, "No, no, no." And I said, there's a witness there. There's a lot of people here. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? And finally, like, I went with him.
Wow, you
That
were
summer
ready.
when.
T'étais prête.
Ouais, c'est ça. When I was 22, but I didn't speak Spanish at the time. at all. And I
No.
was just saying, hola, dame un 7-Up, y, una Coca-Cola, por favor. And I was super shy. I was not able to speak. I understood a
Cutie.
lot.
Hola,
Yeah,
Esmeralda.
but
Oh, look, mira. Esmeralda's
hello.
here.
Hi,
Hola, Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. So that's it. So we went to it was a trip of 3 weeks, super intense. We had each of us had a big backpack and our guitars.
Wow. First trip to
So
Spain. Esmeralda, she's
for
talking about her first trip to Spain.
yeah, first trip to Spain. So we arrived in Madrid, and then we went for 1 week in Cuenca, in the family of Chile, of
Wow.
uh, of the singer, another singer. He's from Cuenca, but he was like the singing partner of my dad for like 25 or 30 years. So we
What?
went there in his family for a week.
Wow.
It was so amazing. And then
Wow.
we went to Andalusia for the 2 week after that, and I just remember like it was so heavy, like bringing all that, and my dad in the hostels and whatever, and I sometimes I was ashamed of saying bed, like really hippie style.
That's amazing. But that's the
That, but
best. That's the best.
it's the best. I mean, it's such a good memory that I have with him. And when we were in Sevilla, I went to Los Gallos for the first time. I'd never been there before, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. So my dad brought me to Los Gallos. That's where I met Junco for the first time.
Cool. Wow. Long time ago.
A long time ago. And I spoke to him after the show. I said,
Cool.
hola, adios. And I have pictures of that. And when I saw Junco, when we brought him to the festival in Montreal many years later, I showed him the picture of him in Los Gallos, and it was in 1998, I think, or
Wow.
98. Yeah, that's
Wow.
it. And
I want
then
to see the picture. Yeah.
yeah, I'll search it for you.
All right. We'll
And
post it.
then we went to Los Gallos, and it was and the day after he wanted to go to see una corrida.
Wow.
And he said, "You want to go to the corrida or Los Gallos?" I said, Los Gallos otra vez.
Oh my God.
So we went
Flamenco
to
or bull or
we
bull
went
corrida? How do you say?
bullfighting, a
Yeah.
bullfighting. So finally, we ended up like seeing the same show like 5 nights in a row. and
Wow.
then we went to Cordoba, and then we went to Granada, and then the last week we went to Jerez because
What a trip.
we went to
Vaya.
Antonio Jero, that learned that Antonio Jero was in Montreal. You come with me the last week in Jerez, and it was the how do you say that, the engagement party. Antonio Jero was playing a lot with Antonio El Pipa at the time. So we went to all this rehearsal, all the shows, and at some point
Wow.
it was the engagement party of Antonio and Pipa, and they invited us, like the two only guiris, the two only strangers.
Amazing.
And you
What
have
was
to
that like?
remember, I didn't speak Spanish. I was like, I always like, oh,
Oh my God. 7-Up, please. 7-Up, por
yeah, so we went to the engagement party of Antonio Jero, and everybody's there, like playing buleria. We stayed 24 hours, and it lasted for 36. And like there's the movie,
Did you play?
Flamenco.
Did you
I
play at
didn't
that part?
play. I just did palmas for like nonstop. No, I didn't bring my guitar. I was like too shy. And but the movie Flamenco, when they start playing buleria and everybody's there, like Antonio
Yeah.
Jero's there,
Yeah.
Moraito's there, like it was the same. They were all there. It was the same thing. Enrique Ceremeño cantando. It was so that's the
Wow.
trip finished with that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
amazing. It was
Wow.
amazing. So
How did
like
that change your playing, I guess, is my question.
it changed a lot, because that's what I was going to say, because I was 22, and then I said, okay, I have to ask for a grant and come to Spain to study, because
Yeah.
I studied with my dad. I studied with all the guitarists in Montreal that I could, and also all of the guitarists from Spain that were coming to Montreal, to do workshops and whatever. But I said,
Yeah.
so the first time I went to Spain by myself I was 25, because I got a grant to study for 3 months in
Nice.
Sevilla.
Nice.
This was in 2001. And then after that, I got another one for 2002. And then I got another one in 2003 for a year
Wow.
to study. And then this year changed, because I was supposed to go back to Montreal after 1 year, and I didn't come back because I met Mariano, because I was supposed to work with him in Madrid in a show with all women. And so I ended up staying 10 years. So it started with it's wild. So that's basically, but so the trip with my dad actually changed that I needed to go to Spain and, to learn there more and perfection my instrument and, just be there and also learn Spanish, like I learned Spanish like super quickly. The first trip I could speak when I came back, but like all present tense.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But, at least, and I could understand finally the lyrics that, that it's really, it's hard to explain because you've been listening to flamenco your whole life. And then you understand the lyrics. I started playing, I was 7, and at 25, I finally understand what I'm accompanying,
What's like the first, do you remember like one of the first lyrics that you understood?
I think it was the Sevillana, no? A la puerta de Toledo, madre de tengo.
Hey, Toledo! These are from Toledo.
Ah!
In the door of
that, like the thing that,
Wow.
So, and it also changed because I was, I was accompanying with the sound of the, what I heard and some words I could get, but for sure, learning the language, it changed also all my perspective.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for those of you just joining, I want to say during those 10 years, Caroline released her first album, right?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Ocho Reflexiones.
Oh yeah, Ocho Reflexiones.
That's why my Instagram is Ocho Reflexiones, because I never changed it. It's always Ocho Reflexiones.
Why Ocho Reflexiones? Was there 8 songs on it?
Exactly.
And one of those songs featured? Who did it
Dukende.
Dukende. Oh my God. Hey, Jess. So, and that was the first, and you mentioned before that it was like a little hard to work on that album because you were both a woman guitarist and a foreign guitarist.
Exactly.
Like, Ben says fantastic album. I know it's so good.
Yeah.
But what about that was difficult? Like, did people say things to you, or did you just like feel like it was difficult?
We didn't make that. We didn't help ourselves a lot at some point because I was really open, and Mariano too was really open, and well, before, like, just the recording process, as soon as we got into Musicgrama and with all the musicians we were working with, it was not complicated at all.
Oh, okay.
But to get there, like my first meeting with Paco Ortega, I went by myself. I didn't say that I was Mariano's girlfriend. I wanted to,
nice. I like that.
And then, but so that was the first big part. And then after that, the thing is that the cover of my album, I'm naked on the cover of my album.
You for real?
Yes.
Like 100%.
Almost. But the thing is that we were working.
Well, you're wearing a guitar, right?
I'm wearing guitar. Yeah. And we were working with a really famous and amazing photographer for dance. He was actually the photographer of Baryshnikov when Baryshnikov was going to Madrid. And he was doing all our pictures, and he said, I want to do something with you, but like, Ocho Reflexiones, I want to sit you inside mirrors, and it's going to be all reflections of you and whatever, but it's your first album, and it's really, it's like you, putting your emotions naked and things. So, I want you to be naked, but don't worry, we won't see anything and whatever. And I accepted it to do it, I said, please, like, you can't show anything because, at the time, my 4 grandparents were alive. But I was kind of much more wild than now, and I don't care, and let's do this. And Mariano, and at some point I did a show with Mariano, and I had to change. I just had my underwears on, and I was changing on stage, and so I didn't really mind. But then I accepted to do that, and the photo is super artistic and it's beautiful, But then when we were going to, for example, we did an interview at Radio Uno, it's like CBC or whatever. and it was live, and it was with Juan Verdu, who's was the director of Suma Flamenco, and he's really he knows flamenco, and he's really a nice person actually. But when I arrived there, he saw my CD, and he you know, he sees the cover and he just put it the other way, and then you know, like we had some kind of things like that. Oh, was she naked on the album because she wanted to draw attention, or blah blah blah? And then I said, you know, seriously, I never thought about this. Like for me, it was you know, it was an artistic process from the start till the end. And you know, and at some point too, like gypsies, like we were working with, you know, saying to Mariano, oh that's your wife. Oh, that's the cover. So, and you know, it was at some point also because I did almost all the radios there, and they were saying, oh, so you're a singer. Well, so you're a singer. No, I'm not a singer, I'm a guitarist, you know. And it was like,
oh, they just assumed you were a
singer. They were
assuming
I was a singer, and yeah, but you know.
Wow,
so,
that's so
yeah, and then
we'll post the cover also. We're gonna these things they're gonna post for people. Yeah, but you can't see anything. It's really it's beautiful artistic.
Yeah, you can't see anything, but I'm telling you, like the second one, I'm not sure you're gonna even see my face. You know? It's gonna be much more discreet.
It's like you're holding the guitar in front of you.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God! And so you came back to Montreal, right, in 2013?
Exactly. Yeah.
What brought you home?
What brought me home is that, well, many reasons. First of all, I wanted to be close to my family. My grandfather had died from my mom's side the year before. With Mariano, we had, you know, there was the economic crisis there. It was really, it was starting to be really hard, and really affected La crisis, and it really affected also our couple. And like Mariano and I, we speak like every week, so there's no problem at all. We're super friends, and like for me, it's like family, and I think I'm family also to him. But you know, so I had like, you know, I needed to leave, and he understood, and you know, getting back to also my roots, and also doing my own stuff, and you know, trying to like seriously, like after 10 years, it was really hard, like to take that decision. But at some point, like I've been there 10 years, and you know, if it had been an ideal situation for us, and you know, but we worked on it, we tried, but it didn't work, and and you know, and with the crisis, it was like the economic crisis, it was really hard. So I decided to come back, and he didn't also want to come live in Montreal, you know. So you know,
but it was time.
So that's it. But you know, I'm really happy I came back actually, because you know, it was really hard at first, but then it opened me other doors. And
what was the hardest thing when you came home?
The hardest thing was the flamenco part. In Montreal, you know, after working with so many years with so many artists there, and you don't want to compare, but it's not the same level, and going back to I'm the one having to explain stuff, and you know, so it was kind of difficult at some point, not with everybody, but sorry, I got a call.
I understand
the whole thing.
That's okay.
So but what actually happened is that I started I got a grant to write new music, and I did it with all the people that don't play flamenco. So
that's
this
so
really
cool.
So the only person playing flamenco in this project is Miguel, the percussionist. But like all the rest of them, they're amazing musicians, but that have nothing to do with flamenco.
That's something that Canada, Toronto and Montreal, we have that opportunity a lot.
It's amazing to be able to have so many good musicians, and you know, and to include them in your stuff, and also if they're open. So I compose like flamenco music, but I never had to have to count with them or do anything. Like they're so amazing and so this also brought amazing variety and ideas and sounds to my music that I would not have had without them,
Right.
you know, actually.
Like recently, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No,
I'll
that's
ask
it.
after.
That's it. No,
I
that's
was gonna
it.
say, because you got nominated for a Juno recently with one of these projects, right?
With
Which
Xanax,
project
actually, the
was it?
guy
Tell
was
us.
calling me just right now.
Ah!
Yeah.
Cool. The
Yeah,
Cora
that's
Flamenco, right?
Cora Flamenco. Yeah, that's one of the projects that I did here that, you know, that also reflects this encounter with people, you know, sharing with musicians that don't do flamenco. It's called Cora Flamenco, and
I
it's an
love that album.
idea of, thank you
It's so
so much.
beautiful.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. We've been working, like, we released it 2 years ago, but 1 month before the we released it the 11th of February 2020. So we had this big tour, and then we stopped everything a month after.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
But the
my
good
God.
thing is that now we're like, you know, I played yesterday with them. You know, like all the shows that were postponed, and maybe the new
Right.
shows. Well, now they're coming. So
Oh, good,
so
good,
this
good,
project
good, good.
has a long life, and
Good,
yeah,
good, good. Are you coming to
it's
Toronto?
I'm coming to work with Esmeralda in May. I'm so happy, which
I
is
can't wait to see you.
it's another of the amazing things that happened to me, because since 2015 I'm working with Esmeralda. I worked with her actually when I was with Mariano in 2006, I think, the first time. But now she brings me every year since 2015, and I'm super happy because I just love to play with Esmeralda and the company and Ben, and you know, yeah, and we couldn't do it, you know, last year because so now we're going back this year, and Marcos also is going to be there.
Nice.
Marcos Marin and Miguel also is going to be there playing the cajon. And Manu also Soto's coming, and you know, yeah,
so good.
it's our 40th anniversary.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And we're talking with Esmeralda. For those of you who don't know who Esmeralda Enrique is, she's a, you know, very famous Canadian flamenco dancer. She's had a school for almost 40 years now. And the company as well, Academy of Spanish. I grew up there since I was 7.
Yes, that's it. We have many similar things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I sing with her sometimes, and I teach the kids at the school. Not this semester. I took a break because my life was too crazy, but for many years. And we're gonna interview her. We're speaking with her, I think, the week before the show or something like that, like in early May. Yeah, we're gonna do a Fab Club interview with her.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna look at it because I'm gonna be in Toronto, actually.
Yeah, and send us questions if you're watching it so that we can.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Okay, awesome. So we'll see you here. I don't know if that's her sending hearts, but she might still be watching. And and there's also another female guitarist that just moved to Toronto. Her name is Pilar, and she was on here. I saw her come, Pilar America, and she plays like classical, like beautiful classical guitar. And we're also speaking with her. I don't know if it's next week. I can't remember, or the week after.
Oh, let me know.
Will know more than me. Yeah,
let me know.
For sure, we're building the community. We gotta, know everyone needs to know each other. And we're also starting. I'm gonna announce it now. We're starting a new flamenco series in Toronto called La Cueva, Underground Flamenco.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and if you're here, it's the first Sunday of every month, starting April 3rd. And we're interviewing Pilar on the 24th. Gracias.
24th of March?
On the 24th of March, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and if you're here, when do you, I don't know when you get here, but if you're here the first Sunday of May, maybe you can come play at our new tablao. Just gonna say that. Leah, what do you think? Leah and I are organizing.
I'll check the dates, but I think I'm gonna be there. But the shows of Esmeralda are the next weekend. I think the weekend of the. I'm gonna let you know.
Perfect. Be so cool. Because the idea is to have a space also that we can welcome, visiting.
Okay, you're starting a new space.
It's in a new space. It's my friend's new venue that he opened. So we're gonna use that space once a month. Yeah. It's called Basement 254. Yeah, it's really cool. It has good sound. It has a little stage tablao. We're gonna
your series is gonna be called La Cueva.
Yeah.
Nice. Flamenco Underground. That's good.
Yeah, it's also because it's also in Sotano. It's underground.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool.
That's
You go
nice.
through a little door and it's like a little tile. It looks like
Oh,
Santa.
that's
And you go
nice.
underground and then it's like another world. We're gonna have flamenco there every month. I'm so stoked. So maybe you can play. Oh my god. Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Dice Pilar. Ole, una peña flamenca, por Dios. Yeah.
But you have a really nice community in Toronto, actually. Like
Yeah,
you
we worked
have.
really hard on that.
Yeah, I know. I can tell, and I know,
Yeah, we
But you
want
have
everyone to feel. Actually, it was the biggest compliment we got when Rocio Marquez was here, a flamenco singer, in
yeah,
like 2012, I think, and we did a house concert with her, and afterwards we had like a juerga, like a jam, and
yeah,
she was like, I've never felt. She said she never felt a community that was like so welcoming and like not judgmental amongst each other,
yeah,
and I think
yeah,
that was
which
like
is
the
important.
biggest
Yeah.
compliment we could have gotten ever, because you know how it is, like the jazz world, everyone's like, what do you know? What do you know? What do you know?
Oh yes, and it's like this in Spain too, my friend.
Yeah, oh no, well, extra, extra. Yeah, more, even more. But we've really been
Yeah,
working on that here. So
it's
hopefully this space,
important.
yeah, hopefully this space can continue
Because
that.
it's important because flamenco is a we're all nobodies. I'm always saying that, and I was actually speaking with
Totally.
Phil, with my boyfriend, about this,
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes, like, because I felt like in Spain, like there's a kind of a hierarchy. How do you say that?
Hierarchy, yeah,
Hierarchy. You did this, you did that, you whatever. I don't speak with
totally.
you, I speak with you, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying, right? You know exactly what I mean. And at some point, I'm not going to say any names, but I was working with somebody, and he was kind of, I'm blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and I did blah blah blah, and I said to him, "Do you know Stevie Wonder?" And he said, "No." So he didn't know Stevie Wonder. I said, "Well, if you don't know Stevie Wonder, who knows you?"
Oh shit.
Because I just wanted to, and after we had a conversation and it was nice, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to let him know, like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you have something to tell me because I'm not playing the way, and I'm not doing something right or whatever, you can tell me, but just
Totally.
don't go and blah blah blah. And
Mm-hmm.
like we can, like, we're all equals here. It's
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
because you sing flamenco with this or this person and I did this or that I'm less
Mm-hmm.
than you,
Mm-hmm. Ole. Ole.
no, but it's true. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
important to say it because there's no, then you can choose with who you want to work and do whatever, but we're all people, and we all, like, maybe I cook better than you, you don't know, like, you sing better than me, and maybe you know more, because I always say that I don't have any lives to play the way that I want to play, and like, it's not possible.
Definitely.
I do what I can, but then,
Definitely.
like to think that you're a higher level because you know more, and to treat other people
Ole.
badly, what
Ole.
I'm saying. So it's good that you're like this in Toronto, actually.
I'm so glad you said all those things. It's so true. I
Hmm.
agree with 100%. Every word, every word,
Yeah,
every word.
but I mean, it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. So if that, for anybody watching, if you're coming through Toronto or Montreal, let us know. Tell us. We'll invite you up on stage, maybe without a mic. No, I'm joking.
I can go back to 14. I don't care. Mike or no Mike.
Yeah. But yeah, Ben, do you know who I think I am?
Is Ben still there?
Exactly. Yeah, Ben's still there, and Analia. Can
I'm
you
gonna
see the
I'm
comments?
I don't
No?
see the comments. I
Oh
don't know
no.
where to click.
Oh, Leah was
Oh
telling me.
yes, they're all there. I didn't see. Oh, Agustin is there also from Spin Mag.
Hola.
He was the our lightning designer in Spain, Agus.
Cool. No
Yeah, and
way.
he's also an amazing photograph.
Wow.
I was saying that Ben, Annalie, I now I see the comments. The Ben is going to be also. We're going to be playing together also in May, as usual.
Okay. Ole.
Yes, Ben is my. We're always saying work team, teamwork.
Yeah,
We're the
teamwork team. I like work team. I like
yeah,
that.
we're teamwork.
I know. Ben's the
Travail
best.
d'équipe. I was
Travail
translating in
d'équipe.
French.
Yeah.
Travail d'équipe.
Work of the team. Yeah, I love it. Dream team. I
Yeah,
agree.
dream team.
And Analia and Ben are going to do a show with Fab Collab March 27th at Lula Lounge. If you're in
Oh,
Toronto.
I don't think so. I'm playing in Montreal actually this time,
Oh
27th.
man.
I'll
Well,
be there with you in
we're gonna live
Pensamiento.
stream it too, but it's in person at Lula Lounge, and there's 14 women in the show. It's wild.
Wow.
And 4 men, because we're inclusive, you know?
Yeah.
That Anna Leah is going to be singing there, and Shirley and Leah.
Oh, cool.
And Persian percussionist Nagme, and a tar player, and Yeti, like Cuban salsa, Aviva, Ladino singer. I'm trying to remember everybody. It's just incredible lineup.
Wow.
We're going to have dancers, singers, musicians.
You organize shows with so many people. I mean,
You know, it's
like
crazy.
seriously, it's amazing what you're doing.
It's my favorite thing to do in the world.
Oh God, and you're gathering so much people at the same time.
It's
so
cool. It's really cool. Because everyone really is like open to playing with each other and to learning each other's songs, and that's so cool.
Sure.
And then we use Ventanas as Ventanas is the most versatile group of people like I know in the universe. Like they play anything, any music. It's so incredible, you know. So they're really like the house band, and then we like have all these like front artists and singers, and it's just like incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, that's how we figured it out during COVID, because we couldn't have like 5 bands. So we had like 1 band, and then we had like guests come in, like kind of like, you know, as lead singers or dancers to come in. And was like,
that's
and
amazing.
then we just built it and built it and built it, and now it's like crazy. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's so cool. Yeah. It's
you know, that's what COVID does, you know, open new doors and makes you think of other, you know,
different ways
stuff
of doing
to do.
it.
Exactly. Ay,
So
Mariano está ahí. Hola, Mariano.
No, hola,
Di
Mariano.
algo, que quedan 8 minutos. Di algo, Mariano.
He's like, ¿qué pasa aquí? ¿Qué estás haciendo en Instagram Live?
He hablado mucho de ti, además.
Claro, hay que poner maybe we'll put a clip. Pondremos un clip si quieres de ti y Mariano bailando. Yeah.
Sí, hay muchos.
That could be really cute. That would be beautiful. I saw you guys live in Montreal like 10 years ago or something.
You do hello,
and it was like the hello, and it was like the electronic show or something. And you guys were like
la diosa en pura.
Yeah, muy
with
like
the DJ.
Avanzados.
Yeah,
muy avanzados. Like now, people are like starting to think about that. They're like, oh, maybe we should do this. And you're like, 2009, guys.
when I started, when I met Mariano, and just before we started going out together, he was doing this show called In Rojo Vivo. And this was 2005, and it was at the Festival Flamenco Viene del Sur in Sevilla.
Wow.
I was living in Sevilla at the time, and then I went to see him in Granada actually, and then I took the train. I went back with him, and I didn't go back to Sevilla. Whatever.
You keep doing this. You keep doing this.
He was doing the show, and his show was with hip hop dancers and electronic music, but like composed originally, you know. And this was in 2005, and like now, like he was siempre un precursor de las cosas. Yeah, and then we did a big version of this show 2 years later with Lola Greco dancing, and they were like, I don't know, 14 people in the company, whatever.
So cool.
So yeah, I loved it out with Mariano.
That's so cool. ¿Dónde en Sevilla, dice Pilar? Mi tierra.
¿Dónde en Sevilla? En el Teatro Central.
Yes.
¿Dónde viviste en Sevilla? Yo vivía en la calle Feria.
Claro. ¿Dónde ibas a vivir?
Es eso. Caroline toca muy mal la guitarra.
¡Hala, qué malo!
¿Ves cómo ya te dije, Tamar, que Mariano y yo nos llevamos muy bien?
Te entiendo perfectamente. Así
está con sus bromitas ya.
Oh my God. Qué bueno verte por aquí, Mariana. Qué bueno. Bueno, this is your last chance for questions, guys, with Caroline.
Yes,
Caroline,
time for questions.
¿Hay algo que no hemos dicho o que quieres como anunciar, or anything about your projects coming up? Tell us. Where can we see you?
I have many shows coming and with many different people. I continue with Cora Flamenco. I'll post the dates on Facebook. And I just, like with the COVID and everything, I just stopped a bit being on, posting. I just started actually last week. I said, okay, I have to post my stuff, because I just I lost my, the instinct of, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing that,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna post it on my Facebook and
follow her. Follow Caro.
Yes, follow me on Facebook. I'm there, or you can follow me here. But on Instagram, I put a lot of pictures of my cat. So I use
Oh my
my
God,
Instagram.
Annalia's getting deep. What's your dream collaboration and most ambitious goal in life? Oh my God.
Oof.
Ole.
Oh, that's a big question. Dream collaboration. I wouldn't be able to Sting.
Cool. Oh my
Absolutely.
God, call them.
Oh, yeah, no. Mariano, que puedes tú llamar a Sting como conseguiste a Duquende.
Hombre, vamos.
No, yeah, Sting, but yeah,
Love it.
that's just dream.
Oh my God, that'd be so
Most
fun.
ambitious goal in life. My God.
The same thing.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
love that.
I'm so down to earth, so I don't like. Maybe it's also a mistake, but I'm trying to do like realistic things and try, like, for me every day is okay. I did this today, it's good.
Hey,
I
that's
don't.
realistic. If you got Duke Kennedy to sing on your album and he reached out to you, Sting is real. I think Sting is realistic.
Oh my. It
They
can
give
stay
you the
also.
little bit of flamenco guitar. Come on.
It
It'd be
can stay
so cool.
also. It can stay also a dream, but it's
Can you
good to
imagine?
dream.
It's like, oh my God, I'll be there in the front row. I'll get
Yeah.
VIP tickets.
I have two. It's like, since I'm really young, apart from flamenco, because I listen to a lot of music, my two idols are Sting and Peter Gabriel.
Love it.
Since I'm really, really young. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, well, I hope they both happen, those collaborations. I mean, let's
Yeah,
put it
but
out there.
they won't happen if I don't reach out to them. And knowing myself, I don't think I'm
Hey,
gonna do
Mariano,
it.
tienes que llamar a Sting.
Yeah. Mariano would love that too.
Or if anybody has a
Mariana.
Sting connection, you know what to do. You know what to do. All right, when's your next show?
My next show is actually next Friday. I'm playing in Alma in La Salle Michel Côté with Zal. I'm playing Cora Flamenco with Zal.
Nice.
And then I have so many shows coming up with him. I have other shows, but I don't remember. Like, I don't remember all the dates, but like with him, I have at least like 12 dates coming soon. And then, Esmeralda in May, and yeah, I'm booked until the end of June for now, so it's good. We're gonna knock on wood.
I'm so happy to hear that, Caro. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Go see her wherever you can in the world. Please go see her. You will not regret it. You'll be so happy. She's so
Thank
amazing.
you so much.
And come see her in Toronto in May. We'll post about it also.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait to be there.
Mil gracias, Caroline.
I can't do all of it because I didn't find my stand, so I'm holding it with my left hand.
I know, I saw.
And the one that couldn't reach the guitar of my dad when I was younger. So I'm holding.
That's all right. And we're going to post some clips that we talked about and everything. Tu es la meilleure. Oh, nice Analia. Mira. Ale. I know, I agree. Really. Just, I look up to you so much. You're so incredible. Really, I've learned so much just by watching you and playing with you over the years. So we're so lucky that you moved back to Canada.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we'll see you soon. We'll see you next week back on Curtain Call with Leah. No, it's this week. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, we'll be back at 2 p.m. with our next guest, who has slipped my mind right now, but Leah will be able to tell us, and we'll post about it. And if not, we'll see you March 27th at Lula Lounge. And we'll see you in May with Capo live at Flex Dance Theater. And have a good day, everyone.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're the best. I'm so happy to talk to you and to see you.
Me too. I'm so happy.
Hasta pronto, guapa.
Hasta pronto. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.